this week we're doing a variety of crafting projects.
For our Halloween costumes. Woo!
Was that a ghost?
Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
The laugh was scarier than the woo.
My Halloween costume is Mushroom Witch. Inky Cap Mushroom Witch.
Inky Cap is the drippy one. You also took inspiration from the glowy ones.
Yes.
So we have glowing and dripping in your costume.
Yes.
Your very specific costume.
Yes.
So we started out making a hat. It's just interfacing because we were considering lighting it from the inside. So I wanted something that would hold its shape but not be totally opaque. Also, we happen to have a bunch of interfacing laying around that I don't know where it came from. People give me things when they're getting rid of craft things. Do you need this? Someday, sure. Interfacing is handy.
Yes.
So the interfacing actually works really well for this because it's stiff, but it's also thin. Not the comfiest thing on your head.
Yeah.
So we ended up lining it with some felt. But I didn't sew anything on the hat. It was all hot glue.
So we were trying out some ways to put lights in there, but I didn't really like it. So we ended up just putting it around the outside like vines.
Yep. So that's L-wire. You got it for Christmas last year from your uncles, and this is the first time that we've used it. We've been saving it for a good cause. So if you're going to be a mushroom witch, then you need some mushrooms. So you sculpted some out of Super Sculpey.
So I made a tall mushroom cap, a flat mushroom cap, and a normal mushroom cap. And then I made a tall mushroom stem, a short mushroom stem, and a normal mushroom stem, or like a medium stem.
Mm-hmm.
And then we could mix and match them together.
We baked
Mushrooms.
these because they're polymer clay. So we baked them. So this is using some 2-part mold putty. We use 2 different kinds to make molds of your mushrooms. We're going to use hot glue to make all the mushroom pieces. So the purple one is a high temp one. So we made a couple of them out of the purple one, and then we made some out of the yellow one because the purple one was kind of sticky and hard to work with. And it turned out that the yellow one that isn't high temp worked just fine for the hot glue. Hot glue is not hot enough for it to matter. The purple one I think goes up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and then the yellow one goes up to like 200 degrees, but the hot glue melts at like 150.
So I'm putting the hot glue into the mushroom molds.
The hot glue gun was being a little bit of a jerk this week. You had to pull the trigger and push on the actual glue stick to get it to do the thing.
Yeah, made everything more complicated.
We love that.
Do we?
Do we though?
And once the hot glue cooled, you popped them out of the mold.
Whoa.
It's like giving birth to a hot glue baby.
What? No.
The face you're making, Ty? You don't think so? What does it look like to you?
It looks like unmolding hot glue mushroom parts.
Oh, okay.
And now we're dyeing the mushroom parts.
Yep, we dyed
make
them
them
green.
green.
So that's alcohol ink in isopropyl alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and then we soaked them for a little bit so that they got a little bit green tinged. They look fluorescent even when they're not lit up. It's so funny.
Yeah.
They're totally that color.
The glow color, like everything that is glow in the dark is that exact color.
Yeah.
It worked so well. I wanted the hat to look like an inky cap mushroom, so we painted the edges black like an inky cap mushroom. Yeah, we made like a little fade from black at the edges and white at the top. You know, mushroom.
I like the texture that the wrinkles that were in the badly stored interfacing created.
Yeah.
Like it made a fun texture.
And now we're making hot glue drippies with black hot glue.
So then we glued a little battery-powered LED string light into all of the mushrooms. you tried it on, and we added the felt lining so it wasn't scratching your brain.
Yeah, so it's not like.
And then we put the lace on the edges, and it made it very droopy and saggy, so we added another layer of interfacing and some ribbing
I
to the
can't even
hat.
see my eye in that picture.
Nope.
Now we're making my bucket. This bucket turned out super cool. I love it.
Yeah, so we had a bunch of these buckets that stack into each other. They nest into each other really easily. And we've used them for toys in the backyard and for taking to the beach and stuff. But we have a bunch of them. And so we glued the cardboard to the top of one of them and then decorated it. And then it could set into another one. So you had a lid.
I'm making the lid right here and I'm covering it with foam clay so that there's a little bit of texture that isn't just a piece of cardboard so that it looks like dirt or something. And now I'm putting wood on it so it looks like I've been collecting nature-y materials. And now I'm making a little design on the bucket because I wanted to make a design. So I'm doing the sketch and I'm putting the foam clay on it.
So this time we learned our lesson because the foam clay that we have, when it's curing, all of the texture that you put into it vanishes. All the details, they just go away. It all kind of flattens out. And I don't know if always foam clay is like that. I feel like I've seen so many crafty people on YouTube using foam clay and having the details stay. And our foam clay never does that. So for this one, once you were done sculpting it and you had these little stars and all these details on the mushroom here that we didn't want to lose, these would have just kind of turned into smooth round blob shapes. So we hit it with a heat gun, which is like a overpowered hairdryer, to set the surface. And we got it quite warm and then stuck it out in the sun so it would dry quick. And actually they kept their shape. So I was very happy.
Yes.
Because you worked hard on those and they looked so good.
Uh-huh.
And now we're putting more mushrooms with more little LEDs onto the top. We could have tried to hide those wires, but they kind of look like vines or spider webs. So we decided they kind of were fine. So I did a little bit of painting on here because you were nervous about this painting, but you painted the bottom of the bucket by yourself.
Uh-huh.
So this was just doing a little bit of dry brush dabbing to add a little bit of dirt texture and moss texture back in because all the texture that you sculpted kind of flattened out. It ended up looking super cute. And then you and I worked on sewing a corset. We had an old corset of mine that we cut apart and sewed into your body shape. And then took a shirt that we got from the thrift store that had this lacy, holy pattern on it and attached that to the corset. And then you stuck on the buttons, did the same fade that we did on the hat on the corset. Looped through some more of the L wire at the top of the corset because you can't have too much glowy.
Yes.
And this is making beads for your necklace. You wanted a necklace and it had to have black and white beads. It's a piece of white Sculpey and a piece of black Sculpey that were rolled out flat. And then we rolled them into a little spiral and then rolled the spiral out into a long skinny log.
Yes.
So the log is called a cane, and we chopped up the log and got these little spiral slices.
So after we cut all the little pieces of the spiral thing, we rolled out a little ball of clay and stuck on the designs. And then once the entire little clay ball was covered with the spirally things, then we would roll it out on our hands, make it into a perfect little ball.
It's just like what we did in our polymer clay canes video.
So I wanted the bucket to be shiny and magical, so we got some Color Shift metallic shiny paint.
Yeah, so it's color shift, so it's purple from some angles and it's gold from others.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool stuff.
Uh-huh. And then we did some silver on the sculpted parts and glued the drippies on. was me right before trick-or-treating.
Yep, you finally have all the pieces together. The hat, the necklace, the corset, the bucket.
I think Samo's costume turned out adorable. Little mushroom witch.
Are you happy with how it turned out?
Yes, and I did some cool drippy makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, Ty did the drippy makeup
Mm-hmm.
for me.
Yeah, Ty was your makeup artist. She did
Yes.
your makeup and your nails for you.
Yeah, and it turned out super cool.
Good to have a talented sister.
Uh-huh.
For what I did for this video, because my Halloween costume was already done long before Halloween, was I made a mask for a Son from Five Nights at Freddy's cosplay.
Yeah, so you found these, you're actually wearing them while you're making the mask, which I find hilarious. So you can see this terrifying stripy pants down there. You found these stripy overalls at the thrift store and immediately fell in love with them. And we're gonna get them anyway. And then I think it was Sam said that it looked like Sun.
No, it was Daddy.
Daddy said it looked like Sun? It wasn't until you got home? I thought it was when we were there.
No, I didn't realize that it was pretty much perfect for Sun
Until you
until
were home.
I got home and Daddy was like, "Hello, Sun."
Wow. Yeah. So the pants definitely have a very serious Sun vibe. And so you decided to make the mask. So you drew it on some scrap cardboard. I tried to convince you to vacuum form it like we did your Vanny mask, and you were having none of it. But it turned out super cute. You were totally right. Sometimes simplest is best. Unfortunately, I had to cut all the cardboard because you were still wounded. Your wrist was still a problem. But we just cut out all the pieces, you drew them, and then we cut out all the pieces and hot glued it all together.
And then we painted it.
Yes.
We did not, you did.
I did. I painted it.
So you mixed all your colors.
It looks super cool.
He kind of went through a little bit of an ugly phase.
And everything always goes through an ugly phase. This guy's
Yeah.
ugly phase was so short-lived because the whole project took like an hour. I mean, really, didn't it? It took about an hour, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there was time where we were waiting for things to dry and stuff, but as far as the amount of time actually spent working on it, it can't have been more than 2 hours.
Easy cosplay right here.
So now
And
you're
then I went in with some of our new Posca pens and did a lot of details, which made him look a lot more friendly and a little less terrifying.
Yeah.
cursed phase over.
Yay!
He's adorable. I like the way you do Sun. His eyes are so friendly. And then we went to not Spooky Farm, not Scary Farm. Scary Farm's the night one. Spooky Farm's the much less terrifying day version where you can trick or treat and stuff.
Yeah.
And Sam wore a different costume because yours wasn't finished at this point. But you did do your makeup, and it's very cute. And you drew all the characters from, was it Circus?
The Amazing
Yeah.
Digital Circus.
Yep. And Ty was just drawing random animated characters that I was calling out.
Yeah.
But it was so funny because so many people recognized Sun. There were lots and lots of double takes and thumbs up and people saying, I love your costume. And then there were even a lot of people who were loving it, even though they didn't have a clue who it was. Little old ladies would be like, it's so cute. I love your costume.
Super cool. I love it.